I am trash at intros. Let me just tell you that. So, welcome to the Nitpick Gaming Podcast. You're watching the Nitpick Podcast, but we also have a gaming side to it. So, it's going to be a real thing, hopefully, from now on, because I finally got a co host. The best co host out there, Mr. Oldmain. He is my man regarding gaming, so it was natural for me to bring this dude here. Welcome to the podcast, old man. I'm ready to start the show.
Yo, glad to be here. I feel that you're overselling me a bit. But you know what? It's time to spit out my trash opinions on your podcast and hopefully don't attract any hateful crowds. Let's do this.
Let's poke the hornet's nest and let's see what comes out of it.
Let's be adventurous. Come on, road to 1 million.
Let's go. All right, so a lot of things happened last time we spoke, actually. We had the PlayStation Showcase. We had the big boy Game of the Year. I'm telling you right now, it's Game of the Year. I'm Nostradamus, okay? Game of the Year, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
I think that's hands down. There's no discussing so far. This year has been a bit barren on games, and when a game like Tears of the Kingdom comes out, you kind of have to say, yeah, this is going to be the year.
I mean, yeah, look, the games are just what we got this year. Tears of the Kingdom held my hopes that gaming actually can be good. Because what else we had? Remakes? Resident Evil 4 Remake, which was an okay game. I did not play it, so I don't know.
I've only seen videos of it, but to be honest, I was more of a Silent Hill gamer rather than Resi Evil. Although I would try them one day. Yeah. Because everyone's been gushing on about how good Resident Evil is. Yeah, I need to try it.
Most definitely. I actually have bought Resident Evil 2, the remake.
Did you play it?
No, because my backlog is huge, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. So for those of you who don't know, this man's backlog is absolutely massive. He showed me his videos, right? He has this interesting system of cataloging his games. Every case that is in vertical position means he hasn't completed it. And every game that is in horizontal means he's completed, right? So I initially see all of the vertical ones and I'm thinking, oh, he's probably completed. I was like, nah, it's the other way around. So rip on this man's wallet. He always buys these games.
I mean, look, I'm a shopaholic. I admit I have issues, okay? When I see a deal, I'ma have it, right? Like it's easy. You remember you remember you bought Xenoblade Chronicles 3 for me, right?
Yeah, that was in December last year? No, 2 years ago.
Yeah, I still did not play it.
Holy shit, man.
I unboxed it, right? I redeemed my gold points, but that was it. Updated the game.
You're just like Atlas at this point, single-handedly holding the gaming industry, the physical gaming industry on your shoulders.
I mean, look, I'm anti-digital, so F the digital future gaming. Let's not go into that subject. Let's not go.
That's fair enough. All right, we can keep that one for later on.
Yeah, we can keep that. We can put a pin on this conversation.
yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so last week, the PlayStation Showcase. So first of all, hold up. Let's put our gaming backgrounds into full-on display so that our audience know who they're dealing with. So I'm an Xbox gamer, also a Switch gamer, but previously I played on PC. So kind of multi-plat, but mostly heavily reliant on Xbox and now Switch. Switch is like going for the top spot, honestly, because Xbox is disappointingly bad.
Yeah.
So what about you?
So my background is actually very funny because growing up, I was more of a console gamer. I was a PlayStation kid growing up. I had the PS1. I had a Nintendo 64 as well growing up, but I was like 4 years old. And all of those games when I was a kid, if they weren't Mario, they were super hard for me. I remember playing Ocarina of Time and I loved that game, but I was stuck in Jabu Jabu's belly for years because I didn't know how to actually solve that game. Yeah, yeah. So I was more on the PlayStation side. I did have a Game Boy as well. I had multiple Game Boys growing up. Played loads of Pokemon on it as well. Loads of Mario on it as well. But nowadays, I like to consider myself multi-platform as well. I still have a PS4. I didn't get the PS5 because honestly, I'm not too excited about this new gen. There's nothing that really makes me want to buy any of these. But I mainly do my gaming on PC nowadays because literally everything that's been exclusive on PS4 has been brought to the PC as well. Right. When I initially bought my PS4, I was like, oh, I'm going to buy it for Bloodborne. I'm going to buy it for God of War. I'm going to buy it for Spider-Man. And all that stuff is now on PC as well. So it kind of makes me hold off on buying new stuff. However, the Switch is still going strong. I'm using that one quite a lot too. But yeah, multi-platform, I'd say, with a focus on PC.
I mean, how could you not? Like when the Legend of Zelda comes, when the
True,
when you drop, like literally drop from the sky, like if Nintendo can do this freaking game on a tablet, and you see Sony and Xbox struggling. Like, how the fuck is this real, bro?
I actually don't know much about what Xbox been doing nowadays. Then again, I never had any of the Xbox consoles. You're more of the expert on this subject.
Yeah.
But I see PlayStation as well. First of all, it was such a struggle to get a PS5. That's one of the things that put me off as well. And then the small collection of games that came out was not something that attracted me. Like, for example, the new God of War that came out, I really wanted to play it. Well, I still haven't played it yet, even though I think it's out on the PS4 as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just waiting for it to come out on PC too, because I know I can optimize it as well as I want there. But speaking of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom,
yeah,
obviously amazing, really good follow-up to Breath of the Wild. It's definitely Game of the Year material. But I feel that in this whole excitement that we all have, like, we're both Zelda fanboys, we can't deny that. We absolutely love this series, and we've been waiting for Tears of the Kingdom. I feel that we should definitely address the flaws in the game as well, because there are some. We can't close our eyes to it.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but on my Switch, I've had some horrible lag spikes. Really bad. Yeah, even when I played it docked as well. I usually play handheld.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, I had more issues when I was playing docked than handheld. Now, I don't know what the technical capabilities of the Switch are in both manners of playing. I would have thought docked might be a bit better, but it looks like it's not. Like, for example, when I first started the game, right, I go in, I get my first power-up, which is the Ultra Hand. And the moment I activated it and I started moving stuff around the Temple of Time, it was so laggy. It was really bad. It just dropped to like 10 FPS for some reason. And I initially thought it was just my Switch, but then I went online and a lot of people was complaining about that.
Yeah, I definitely had. I have issues with Ultra Hand when I'm in open world. When I'm in shrines, not so much, because it's a closed environment and everything else. But truth to be told, the lag spikes are more on docked for some weird reason. And you know that when the Switch is docked, actually uses the full power of the chip. When it's in handheld mode, it uses like an underclocked clock speed or whatever.
Yeah, that's another thing that annoyed me a bit. I kind of wanted to like mod my Switch to overclock it.
Okay.
But just a bit lazy to actually do it. But it's something that I'm tempted to do at this point, because it's a bit annoying that it kind of bottlenecks the performance a bit.
Yeah, I think this is Nintendo's Achilles heel. amazing games, breathtaking games, but the performance. Okay, we can't say that performance is great.
Yeah,
You can't
definitely.
really say, like, you're delusional if you say that.
Exactly. But then again, on a personal level, sometimes I'm not affected by these things so much. Like, you're talking to the man who played the Wildstar beta on like 2 FPS with really low graphics because I really wanted to play the game and I had a shit PC. So I'm willing to overlook a lot of details for my gaming pleasure. But I feel that these things still need to be addressed. Not for the sake of bashing on the game, but for the sake to ask the developers to, do better. Kind of know where we're at and know what to do better next time.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the performance issues, because the performance issues are just a hardware limitation, right? If you saw some articles, posts on Reddit or Twitter, people have pirated the game on PC and they're running it 60 frames per second, 4K, all that good stuff, right?
Of course, as you do when you try to emulate stuff on PC, you can tweak it a bit more, right? So that makes sense. But one more thing that this is more of a game design perspective rather than performance perspective. The Korok seeds. Oh. Dude, I don't know about you if you're doing them, but at this point, every time I see one of those little shitheads ask me to take them to their friends, I'm just like, nah, find your own way.
Oh, I crucified them.
Oh yeah, I've seen that trend going on where they crucify them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is great.
I'm putting the harness on my horse, and I'm putting the backpack on the log, and then just gallop, and the Korok is just like flapping.
Yes, that I feel that this is liberating to do. Their initial purpose was to reward exploring, right?
Yeah.
Like they would put you there. Same with what else did they have? I can't think of it, but I know that the Koroks were mostly for that, to kind of reward exploring, to see more of the world. Yeah. Which on paper that sounds like a cool idea to do. But if you just keep doing the same thing over again to see the environment, it kind of becomes a chore at that point, right?
Yeah, and the fact that if you get all the Korok seeds, you get a giant golden turd trophy. Yes. Yeah. No actual use.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is in Breath of the Wild, right? I don't know in Tears of the Kingdom. I did not keep up with the Joneses on that one, but I'm pretty sure it's the same.
I think so. I don't know. I haven't. I don't dare look on anything regarding Tears of the Kingdom. I don't want to get spoiled. I'm only on like 2 temples in.
Oh, same. Which one did you finish?
So I went for Rito first because I really missed Rivali's Gale.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that I would get that back. But the new power is pretty good as well, where it just blows you ahead. I like that. I can get to places faster.
Yeah.
And the second one was the Zoras, because I love Prince Sidon. He's my Aniki, man. I love him. He's great.
He's the best wingman.
What about you? Yeah, indeed.
I actually did the same thing. I'm yeah. Weirdly, I'm actually right now I'm doing the 4th temple, which is the fire one. And on my
the Gorons, right?
Yeah. On my second playthrough, the first temple I did the Gerudo one. Oh,
I'm now at the Gerudos, and I got into the village. I don't know. We probably shouldn't talk spoilers and stuff. So I'll abstain. Yeah. I'll abstain.
Like, the only warning that I'm gonna give you is that this is for the viewers as well. Don't go Gerudo first. I struggled so much during the boss fight. No. You need more hearts. You definitely need more hearts if you don't want to have, like, throw the game away.
I'll remember that. I'll definitely remember that.
Yeah, if you've seen my live stream or you check the gameplay, you'll see.
See, this is what makes this new these are the great elements of this game, right? The story, the exploration, the new things that happen, the fact that when you go into a place, you kind of have to like fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
I love that. This is great. Also, have you noticed that the Tears of the Kingdom kind of feels like Ocarina of Time, but you know, Breath of the Wild version? Because you got the 5 sages, you got Rauru, who kind of tells you to find the 5 sages. You got, I don't know, the Temple of Time being plays a huge role in it. I won't say why, but it plays a huge role. It's great. I love it. It's just kind of making me want to go back and play Ocarina of Time as well again.
Are you gonna play it on the original, the N64 version, or are you gonna play the 3DS?
Oh, N64. There's something about the OG N64 feeling that I get when I play it that, you know, just makes it really special. I played the 3DS one as well. I remember you lent it to me, and it was good. I played Majora's Mask as well on the 3DS, and it's good because I can play them portably.
Yeah,
but it just doesn't beat, you know, putting in the cartridge into the console, turning it on, seeing the N64 cozy logo popping up on your screen.
That's just your inner child talking. Okay, I don't have that shit.
Probably, yeah.
I don't have the same experience. But I'm pretty sure, I think that playing the original game on the original hardware is the best. But if you don't have the same capability, just play what you have, what you can on the, I guess, on the Switch. You can also play if you have the Nintendo Switch Online bullshit, but don't do it. To me, it's too expensive for what it offers.
Yeah, it's just such a money grab. When I first saw it come up and I saw the extra price they had to pay for it, I was like, nah, I'm good. I'd rather spend that money to actually find the OG console and the game and just play that.
Agreed. So on your point that Tears of the Kingdom is Ocarina of Time for Breath of the Wild, I think that you are right in terms of the open world story thing. So here's my opinion, and actually it's a fact. I'm sorry guys. It's a hard fact. Tears of the Kingdom is actually the final release. Breath of the Wild is the beta version. We all beta tested Nintendo's open world design. It just feels like it. Like, before playing Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild felt like a complete game, felt like a masterpiece. But now, since I played half, not even half, okay, not even half of the Tears of the Kingdom, and it feels empty, barren. It only checks one box perfectly, and that is the exploration and the discovery part. Tears of the Kingdom is a more complete part, especially with the caves, the deaths, sky. Man, come on.
Yeah, it's really good because it really expands on what you've had on Breath of the Wild. See, I half agree with you with this. I gotta let me tell you why.
Okay.
So on the gameplay side, I agree with you 100% because you got Breath of the Wild, which came with, you know, the mechanics that it came with, and then Tears of the Kingdom comes out and brings you those mechanics and then supersizes them by giving you extra environments to explore, extra powers to do, specific stuff in different environments, and that is great. I absolutely agree. But calling Breath of the Wild empty, I don't know, man. The story in Breath of the Wild for me was really good, really good, especially after playing the DLC as well.
Okay,
it was really good. Yeah, so far in Tears of the Kingdom, I don't know, I'm not that into it. It's not into it. I don't know what word to use, but you know, it hasn't sucked me in completely like Breath of the Wild did.
Okay.
In Breath of the Wild, I was super invested in knowing what happened. Why is Zelda where she is? Why did Link get where he is? Who are all these people that you're gonna find? What are their backstories, right? Mm-hmm. And everyone's backstory literally got me very emotional. Okay. Maybe the Gerudo one wasn't really that much, but the other ones, like the Gorons were great. The Ritos were great. Oh, the Zoras, man, with Mipha, it's great. Yeah. And in Tears of the Kingdom, you already know all of these people, right? You do get like bits and pieces. The main storyline that kind of sucks you in this one is about the ancient civilization, right? How like what happened before the calamity, which is great. That really gets me into it. And they've not recycled. They're doing the same thing again, where you need to find. I don't think that's a spoiler, right? Where you need to find memories.
Yeah,
I think they already kind of teased that. So yeah.
I mean, you need to find the Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's in the goddamn name.
yeah. So that's why I partly agree with you, because I wouldn't call Breath of the Wild empty in that opinion. At the moment, for me, Breath of the Wild story-wise is still higher up than Tears of the Kingdom. But then again, I need to finish Tears of the Kingdom to make a final opinion.
Did you see all of the Tears?
Not yet. No, I've only got like I think 6 or 7.
Oh, you're close.
How many are there in total? There's like 12, right?
I think so. Yeah. I can't remember right now on the top of my head, but there are quite a lot.
Yeah, but I need to find them because I keep trying to keep an eye out for them, but sometimes I just can't see them.
Yeah. There's a handy guide, by the way. You know, there's an underground cave, an underground temple between
in the big gorge, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember because what's her name? Impa tells you to go there.
If you go there, you can find all of them where they're located. Not precisely, but just.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So
I should do
it's a handy guide for people who can't find them or something like that. So yeah, there's plus there's also you need to go there to finish the quest. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good pro tip, because I went there initially, but I didn't go in. Then again, I went early game when I didn't have too much stamina.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh, I need to climb all the way back up. Nah. So I didn't actually go inside the temple. Now that you told me that.
Yeah. There's also a shrine there, so you can go there and explore that. But look, I love Tears of the Kingdom. You know, like from the tone of my voice, but my biggest gripe with this fucking game is Breath of the Wild.
How come?
You know why? Because where are the divine beasts? Where the fuck are they?
I know, right? It's like they completely got rid of them at the end. Where's the divine beast? Where's the guardians?
Yeah.
Where's all of these things? Right?
With the guardians, I get that they were repurposed to make the lookout towers, right? The towers you don't have to climb like in Tears of the Kingdom. You just are being you have to do like a little bit of why is it malfunctioning, and then boom, you're launched. But where are these key story points, right? It's a key story regarding Breath of the Wild, because of them you won Ganon. You won over Ganon, right? They helped you. And now they're just completely gone. And this is my personal gripe about this fucking game.
I agree with you. There's a lot of things, like some story beats that happen in Breath of the Wild that seem like big and important. they just don't mention them in Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's very weird. Like, I understand that this is kind of the sequel syndrome, right? Where in an open world game where everyone's decision is different, you kind of want to not, invalidate someone's playthrough.
Yeah.
But at the same time, these are too big to not mention them.
I mean, let's take your argument, right? Let's take your argument. Let's say that people just went to destroy Ganon without doing the beasts, right?
Yeah.
The beasts are still there. Whether you activate them or not, they're still there. Where are they? You know?
I know, right? I mean, in a way, they kind of... No, this would be spoiler territory. I don't want to say it.
we can
Yeah,
talk we can talk next year more in depth
yeah,
about Tears of the
exactly,
Kingdom.
exactly,
Leave the
exactly.
audience like play it, discover it, and enjoy it. But yeah, this is my personal gripe about this. Like, they could have done something, recycle that shit, like do it like I don't know, and
Yeah,
and
it's
then
very weird that they don't address it and they just leave it like that.
it is. And this is why I got I got a lot of shit on Twitter Spaces. I go into the spaces and talk gaming over with like random people, and one guy was asking the panel, right?
Yeah.
Should you play Breath of the Wild first and then play Tears of the Kingdom, or can you play Tears of the Kingdom first and then play Breath of the Wild when you have time, right? And I said that you can play Tears of the Kingdom first. It doesn't matter. The story is basically brand new. It's not a sequel, and that's not a direct sequel to the Breath of the Wild. So if you did not play Breath of the Wild, you're not missing much.
See, I feel that this is a bit of a reach because you may not be missing too much. You're right; it's a brand new story, but there are enough callbacks to the first game to kind of rob you of the charm when you play Tears of the Kingdom. I feel that you get the full experience when you play both of them in order. You're just doing yourself a disservice if you just play Tears of the Kingdom without playing Breath of the Wild.
Yes, that's true. But I told that person, I
can feel you gulping before you said that. It's like
no, I mean, I respect that. I respect your opinion, and I'm just saying that because the main pillars of the story of Breath of the Wild, I consider that the divine beasts. I don't consider Impa to be a important pillar to the story. Not Impa.
Mhm.
Is she called Impa?
Yeah.
Not
the old lady. Impa.
Yeah.
You got Pura as well.
Yeah, I don't consider her main driver of the story. So that's why I said, like, you know what? Get in the hype while it's still hot, not to get spoiled on the internet about stuff, because it's one thing to play a Legend of Zelda game when it's first starting out, because you don't have guides, you don't have stuff to tell you like how to do it. I did not play Breath of the Wild when it was released. It was like 5 years like since it's released. I think I bought it like 2 years ago or something like that. I bought my Switch 2 years ago, and that's when I bought the Breath of the Wild. And it was
lucky you didn't have to wait that long for Tears of the Kingdom.
yeah, exactly. And whatchamacallit, like I enjoyed the game, but still, like, if I were to choose, I would probably be like, hey, oh yeah, I lost my train of thought. Hold up, let me just wind it back a bit.
Yeah.
So regarding guides, right? With Breath of the Wild, I feel like I got robbed of the discovery, because I was like, fuck it, I'll just look it up on YouTube how to get this armor, that armor, whatever.
Oh, that's on you, man. You did this to yourself.
Look. Now you know why? Because now in Tears of the Kingdom you actually get an X on the map. Before,
that's true, actually. Yeah, you do.
Before you did not get anything. You had to look up, the DLC armor, the Majora's Mask, the Korok face mask that tells you where they are, and it jiggles and stuff like that. You
do have quests regarding to that, and they give you hints. I think that's what they were trying to do. They were kind of giving you the hints. I was like, okay, now that you got this hint, and this hint, figure out where the location is. Where I can understand. I personally like that kind of thing because I like this type of mechanics. I mean, you're looking at a Dark Souls player, right?
Yeah.
We don't get shit handed to us. We kind of need to figure it out, right? So I don't mind that. But I can understand where you're coming from. It could be annoying if you don't have the time and you don't want to kind of like spend time trying to figure out riddles. Not even riddles, like small hints.
Yeah.
I appreciate the X on Tears of the Kingdom as well.
Yeah.
Because I don't have nearly the amount of time I had when I was playing Breath of the Wild to figure out this kind of stuff.
I mean, we're all adults. We all have full-time jobs. We don't like. I don't want to like beat my brain, be like, which tree has like a golden apple and points towards a goddamn mountain? There, I have to go there. I'm like, yo, the map is so huge. I'll never go and like find that specific thing.
Yeah, I agree that.
So yeah, that's why. Like, yeah.
You gotta be careful when you navigate the internet to search for these kinds of things.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the best tip I can give on this situation.
Caution, guys, caution. Because I've actually before recording this podcast, I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw a pretty big spoiler. And I nearly unfollowed that person, but I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna scroll back because the video did not autoplay. But I was like, ah, damn, be careful, guys, on the internet.
yeah. Sometimes spoilers are unavoidable. I got spoiled when I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2 about the ending.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
Have mercy.
I got very upset.
As you should. As you should.
But then when I was playing it, like I saw the spoiler that tells you what happens.
Yeah.
But it doesn't explain how it happens. So when I got at the end of it, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not that bothered anymore. It's okay.
Yeah.
Live and let go.
Yeah.
So I've learned to kind of approach spoilers this way. Like if I happen to see a spoiler, I'm like, nah, fuck it. They just gave me the main headline. I don't care about what happens. When I might derail this conversation a bit. Sorry.
It's fine. No worries.
You know when this Harry Potter game came out, Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
There was this whole thing where people were spoiling it online. I feel that this is a Harry Potter tradition at this point. When like Snape kills Dumbledore, everyone was spoiling that and stuff like that. And of course, when the Harry Potter game came out, spoiler alert. When the Harry Potter game came out, they're like, oh yeah, so and so dies. And I saw it and I'm like, I don't even know who that person is, so I don't care. If it happens, I'm just gonna play it at the end of the game. Because to be honest, the story didn't really suck me in that much. It was just fun to explore it.
Okay, we can actually talk a little bit about this game.
Actually, we can do that.
So, but before, I want to finish the Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes. Go on.
I want to wrap up. Because I told you my biggest gripe with the game. We sung praises because the gameplay is awesome, the atmosphere, everything is great, right? Yeah. What is your biggest gripe? Because I told you mine, but let me know yours. What is the biggest gripe you have with Tears of the Kingdom?
Oh, I think it's the repetitive nature of some stuff, right? Because I said earlier about the Koroks. There's some other things as well that like get a bit annoying and repetitive. They have to do it all the time. The stables have this new system. They give you quests to take pictures and stuff.
Okay.
Again, to reward exploring is what I think.
Yeah.
But it just fills up my quest log sometimes, and it's really annoying because it's just like, okay, whatever, I'll do it. Mm-hmm. And then there was another one that felt repetitive, but I forgot which one it was. I don't know. It just feels that you have to do the same thing over and over. This might be a hot take and a reach, right? Because you're not technically doing the same thing. You go in different places and take photos. But I don't know. I think it feels a lot more than what it was in Breath of the Wild. Like in Breath of the Wild, it didn't have that many quests of these types. Or maybe I don't remember well because I played it a while ago.
Yeah.
But I think this might be my biggest gripe so far with it. Other than that, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. Oh, is that in the performance issues? It's just these two.
I mean, we can't.
I can just overlook them by not doing them. So that's it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like we're like we don't have content, right?
Oh yeah.
It's not like you don't have content in Tears of the Kingdom. Let's be real.
Yeah. Oh, I remember fixing the signs with the guy who's Hudson's main guy, right? That one sometimes it's just like I see another one of them, and I pause for a second. I was like, do I do it? Do I not do it? And most of the times I end up doing it. But then I just can't be asked when I find them randomly on the street, and I'm like, nah, I'm not doing this now. Bye.
Are they actually giving up rewards? I was not curious to help the guy, the stupid guy.
Oh, you didn't do any of them?
No.
you get a few rupees. I think you get like 20 rupees. You get food that restores the exact amount of hearts that you have at the moment when you do the quest.
Oh. Okay.
And there's a third item that changes from location to location. Like sometimes he would give you bombs. Sometimes he would give you like a stable punch card to sleep for free.
Oh.
Yeah, it changes from time to time.
Okay. I mean, it's at least it's something, right?
Yeah, it is something. But I don't know. It's just, sometimes it just can't be asked to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. With shrines, on the other hand, I know there's plenty of them, and you just like go in and do stuff. But it's like different puzzles every time, and I like it. I enjoy it. Sometimes it becomes a bit obnoxious to do all of them. Like I would go into a place, find the shrine, and activate it just to have a teleport location and leave because I don't want to do the puzzle. I don't want to use my brain now. I just want to explore. I mean, how many of us do not do that? Honestly.
Yeah. Why are you judging? Why are you judging? Okay?
Exactly. So sometimes you're not 100% at like full brain capability. I just want to use one neuron sometimes. That's it.
Exactly. Like sometimes you're gaming at 3 a.m. You don't want to like do puzzles. You just want to like swing your sword or just glide or did you get the wingsuit, by the way?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I didn't get the full suit though. I only have the chest. I need to get the rest of it.
Oh yeah, you definitely should. It's so good.
The chest already is a bit of a game changer because I don't know about you, but I love jumping from the Sky Islands and just floating around.
Yeah, I mean, how I travel actually, I teleport, fast travel to the shrines in the sky, and then just drop. We're dropping, boys, Fortnite style. Let's do this.
Nice. Just see like going on the Pura pad, right, boys? Where we drop it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great. I love it, especially when you jump off from a high point on the Sky Islands, right?
Yeah.
And then you go inside the depths, and it's just one continuous missile drop.
Yeah.
It's just so satisfying. I love it.
It is. All right, so I think we fanboyed enough on the Tears of the Kingdom side.
Yeah, we could talk about this for ages, but let's put a pause on it for now. Let's wrap it up.
So let's touch a little bit upon the Hogwarts Legacy because I know you're a big Harry Potter fan.
This is an understatement. I was born with a wand and glasses, man.
Oh my God. All right, and you told me that the best. Hold up. Is Hogwarts Legacy the best Harry Potter game?
That's tough to say because I grew up playing all of the games, right? And for
That's
me,
perfect.
Yeah, exactly. I feel that I have the background for this.
Yeah.
It comes very close, but for me, my favorite one is still gonna be Chamber of Secrets on the PS2.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, because I've replayed it recently as well, and there's a lot of elements that don't hold up quite well. But you got the charm of Harry Potter. You have the story of Harry Potter holding it upwards, like, kind of making it good.
Yeah.
Whereas with Hogwarts Legacy, you have the combat, which is super fun. I enjoy it a lot. It's really cool. You just like do combos of spells and attack people and whatnot. You dodge, you do all kinds of great stuff that I like. You got Hogwarts, of course, that you can explore. You got a broom to fly around. You got hippogriffs to fly around. But it just feels hollow. It's the charm of it kind of wears off fairly quick. I finished it in about 2 weeks. And at the end of it, I'm a completionist as well, and I tend to get all of the trophies, achievements if I can. But with this game, I just stopped because I don't know. I once I finished the story, there was nothing that kind of kept me in as much. Because during the story, I did all of the other side things as well, like unlocking all of the spells, unlocking all of the locations. You get all kinds of beasts and stuff, but the story is a bit hollow. That's all I can say. You got a cast of characters that they all right, let's get into the controversies with Harry Potter nowadays, where people talk about like J.K. Rowling being what she is, and how they say that Harry Potter as a series is not very inclusive. You can see that in the game they struggle to be as inclusive as possible to all of the backgrounds. Like you got professors from India, which fits the bill, right? Because India was a British colony. But then you got some other weird ones. You got people from Japan somehow. Okay. Yeah. Like the flying teacher is a person from Japan. it just feels a bit, exaggerated. Some of the students as well that you get like students from Asia. Like I would understand if it was maybe Hong Kong or Singapore, right? But no, you got straight up like Japan and stuff. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. You got people from Uganda for some reason. Now I don't know what's the history with the UK and Uganda, but I don't know. It just felt weird to see someone from Uganda just randomly popping up at Hogwarts. But the characters, they all try to be, charming and magical, to say it like that, to put it like that, since it's Harry Potter, right? But it just kind of falls short. It feels like it's trying too hard. That's the problem. Yeah. And your character, the main character, is a bit of a Mary Sue. Because you go to Hogwarts from year 5, because apparently that's when you developed your powers or something like that. Which I didn't know was a thing in Hogwarts. You know me, I know my Harry Potter lore. Yeah. And you go to Hogwarts, and it's only you that has like this specific power to use ancient magic. Yeah, and I don't know, it just feels weird. You're just this guy that is super strong all of a sudden, even though you only just started learning magic, and you go and fight big baddies, hordes of goblins and hordes of like trolls and stuff. Which from a gameplay perspective makes it super fun. It's really cool. But at the same time, from a story perspective, it just feels it feels a bit off.
So as an original story in the wizarding world, if I said that correctly. Is it good? Is it a good start?
It's mediocre, I'd say.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Like the premise, more. Right? Could be more. Like, do you know what the premise is?
No.
It's basically a goblin rebellion. There's this goblin guy that decided to learn about how to use ancient magic, right? And
how convenient.
He has more of a backstory, but I won't go into it because I can't remember it properly, and I don't want to spoil it as well. Yeah. And that's the thing. He recruits a few dark wizards, and he's trying to get the ancient magic artifacts and start a rebellion for the goblins. Which, fair enough. You can't really have Grindelwald or Voldemort or anything like that because it's set in the 1800s. But I find it hard to care a bit, After you have stories in Harry Potter that are so big with, like, the death of the whole wizarding world, of muggles being killed and the wizards being on top. Basically Wizard Hitler. Basically Wizard Hitler.
Damn.
Yeah. It's literally that. There's no hiding behind it. Harry Potter is literally an analogy to Hitler at this point with Voldemort.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. It's weird. It feels hollow, and the characters feel hollow as well. The environment after a while feels hollow as well. The main character the character that you play has this stupid habit of every time going to Hogsmeade, he just goes, there's nothing cozier than Hogsmeade. Kind of trying to push it to sell it to you about how nice Hogsmeade is and how cozy it is. And I'm just like, come on, man, you don't have to try so hard. Show, don't tell.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so in conclusion, basically, what I understand from you as a non-Harry Potter fan, look, I watch the movies. I do not feel any emotional attachment to the franchise. I appreciate it as it is, as art, right? I did not read the books, so I'm not a fan. But I can appreciate good art. So, you as a Harry Potter maniac.
Yeah.
For the next games, should they involve the brainiac, the brain master of J.K. Rowling?
It's hard to say because J.K. Rowling's style isn't what it was for.
Okay.
They got her involved in the Fantastic Beasts film, right? The first one was okay. Yeah, the first one was okay, but then the rest are absolute garbage. They're really bad.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's kind of hard to say because I don't know how she would have done this.
Yeah.
But I think they probably should give it a chance to kind of get her opinion.
I mean, yeah.
Because she's the creator, right? She knows exactly what's going on. But the team that made this game are super passionate about the product, about the lore and everything.
Yeah.
So sometimes even the fans can be on the same level as the creator or do even better, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know how much of a difference would have been to involve her.
An appropriate answer. Perfect. All right. So we have one more point on the checklist, and that is the Sony showcase.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Do you wanna start? You wanna say your opinions, impressions?
So I live streamed the show, and I've said my opinions, but over time, let's say I slept on it, right? So I have 2 grades for this showcase. One, if you're a gamer. So if you're a gamer, from my perspective, as an Xbox and Nintendo Switch and PC player, I give it an 8.5. I know it's high.
That's quite high, yeah.
I know it's high because I saw games that I was hyped. MGS3 Delta. MGS3 Collection. What else? Alan Wake 2. The Phantom Blade game. The hack and slash Souls type atmosphere. That captivated me.
Yeah, that looked really nice. That was an unexpected surprise. I didn't know anything about it. And then when I saw it, I was like, "Ooh, this looks interesting."
Yeah, looked fire. And what else? I mean, I think
Spider-Man?
No. For me, no. I mean, I'm done with the kitty comic book bullshit. For me, Avengers Endgame was the endgame of the whole thing.
I kind of agree with you on that. I find it hard to get invested nowadays in the new Avengers films. However, Guardians 3 was absolutely great, and I recommend you watch it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Look, that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah. Look, I don't have time. Like, I have so much shit to do. Like, I use my backlog anyway. Yeah. So, as a gamer, it was a good showcase, but as a PlayStation fan, as a person, I'm talking about myself, right? So, as a person who I want Sony to convince me to buy your stupid console. I want Sony to beg me on their knees to buy their console. I want the same thing Microsoft to do because I am not invested in the next gen consoles yet. I have yet to see anything remarkable from the next gen.
I agree with you on that. No, I agree. I completely agree. There's nothing in the new gen of consoles that would make me want to go, oh yeah, I want to buy a new console.
Yeah.
It's
So
don't feel it's attractive enough.
I agree. And I was hyped, yo. I was hyped for the showcase. I was like, yo, maybe I'll be I wanted to see a game. one game that would make me be like, let me drop everything and let me buy that game. It did not happen, unfortunately. So
what about Alan Wake? I would have thought that was the one to get you to.
Alan Wake, but it's multiplat, right? It's not, I don't I don't need to buy a PlayStation to play that game. So far, the only game that is next gen was and I was interested in it was Ratchet and Clank, but that's coming to PC now.
Is it?
I didn't
pay attention to that. I saw Ratchet and Clank and I just like, whatever.
Yeah, it's coming to PC in like maybe June or July, something like that.
That's crazy. It was a PlayStation mascot, same as Crash Bandicoot, and now he's on PC as well.
Yeah. So as a Sony fan, PlayStation, let's say potential consumer, I gave it a 3. I was not inspired by those games. The CGI trailers for the multiplat, Destiny 2, I don't care. Marathon, the new Bungie game from Marathon, whatever, CGI. Foam Stars, the Splatoon ripoff.
Yeah.
Whatever. Whatever. The CGI trailers and the audacity to put a fucking movie trailer, the Gran Turismo movie trailer, on a Sony showcase. How fucking dare you?
They gotta plug their other products. I was surprised not to see a new Spider-Man movie trailer, or more of this. Actually, wait, did they show any Spider-Verse stuff? I can't remember.
No, it did not. It actually made more sense because Into the Spider-Verse, the new movie is coming out now. It's in theaters now, right?
Yeah. It came
out. It would have made more
sense. By the time we're recording this, it just came out.
So, and hold up, I think I'm missing one gripe. Yeah, I mean the Spider-Man, it did not wow me. Like, unfortunately, I've grown past comic book related media. Unfortunately, it's just me. I'm not hating. I'm not commenting like, oh my god, the graphics looks bad or whatever.
Oh yeah, you're just choosing not to.
It's just not my type of game. Yeah. I want immersive storytelling, just like Alan Wake. I want fun, crack addict gameplay loops, just like Tears of the Kingdom. Like, come on, like, I as a gamer, I've grown past it. So Sony needs to pick up their shit and cook good, because what I have.
Yeah. Who let Sony cook for so long and they didn't bring anything, man?
Yeah. Exactly. And the fact that PlayStation fans had to wait 2 years for any news, any first-party Sony news, and they got this. It's a slap in the face. That's why, hence, my grade is 3 as a Sony fan. But as a gamer, I liked it. What's your take?
I think I kind of agree with you on this. As a Sony fan, there's nothing that would get me to buy the PS5. Maybe Spider-Man, just because I want to. I'm not too big on comic books anymore either, right? But growing up, there were 2 superheroes that were my favorite ones, and they are still my favorite ones, and that's Marvel Spider-Man and DC Batman. Yeah. Right. So anytime I see something related to these 2, I can't help but feel a bit excited. And I loved the Spider-Man game that came out in 2018, the Insomniac one.
Yeah.
So when I saw the trailer for this one, I had not low expectations. I just didn't expect anything. I was like, oh yeah, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I saw the trailer, I was like, shit, this looks fun. I like it. I actually can't wait to play it. But yeah, overall, I can say that I got extremely excited. So let me put exactly what games got me hyped. So Spider-Man, like I said. Phantom Blade?
Phantom Blade, yeah.
Yeah, Phantom Blade looks sick. Like, that one got me interested and a bit excited, not gonna lie. Then you got Final Fantasy 16 coming out. That's another game that could actually probably get me to buy the PS5. But I don't know. I think it might come out on PC as well. So yeah, all right, cool. So Final Fantasy 16, that might be one of the games that would get me into the PS5 hype.
Okay.
But still not 100% convinced.
Yeah.
Then Assassin's Creed Mirage, right?
Oh.
I'm an old Assassin's Creed fan. You know me. I was obsessed with Assassin's Creed 2 with Ezio. I was right at the right age to properly enjoy those games and get into it. Like I was 14, 15 when Assassin's Creed 2 came out, or Brotherhood, I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
And that made me do parkour, urban exploring, pretend to be Ezio and stuff. And I was mega into it, right?
Yeah.
But then it just kind of started to die down with the new games. And then I haven't played Valhalla because I was just sick of this formula that they went with. Some people enjoy it. I don't blame them. Yeah. But it just doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed to me. And now that Mirage has been announced and I saw the trailer and everything, you kind of get that old feeling of Assassin's Creed. And I'm quite excited for that. It's been a while since an Assassin's Creed game made me excited. I'm not gonna lie. And then number one, it's got to be Metal Gear Solid, the Snake Eater remake. The moment, right? So they show the CGI. They show water. They show like a crocodile and snakes. And I was like, what the hell is this? What are they trying to show? And then they zoom in on Snake's face, and the theme starts playing. You cannot not smile at that thing. I was just like, oh my god, they did it! I can't wait to play. But then again, we got to take this with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much they're going to involve Kojima in this. Because Kojima is a fucking madman. It's the stuff that he writes, right? I'm not saying that they're necessarily great or amazing or anything like that. But you cannot deny that the stuff that he writes is some top tier mad shit, right?
Yeah.
And MGS3 is... it's actually either my favorite or my second favorite from the MGS games. It's between that and number one. I've actually been replaying the OG on PS2 because I fixed my PS2 recently. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I saw the announcement and I was like, oh no, you gotta get out of my walls, man. What are you doing?
So let me tell you, Kojima is not involved with the remake.
Sad.
He's not involved. The original voice actors, the voice actors will not be recast, so it will be used the original recorded voice.
I like that. You know why? Yeah. That means we're gonna get the same game, no other bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
So that's actually reassuring in a way.
Yeah, I mean, I've never played 3. Maybe on the PSP, I'm not sure.
Probably played Peace Walker. That's
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's very different.
Yeah. So I'm not sure, except for the graphical upgrade. What else can they upgrade? What else can they remake and still keep that Metal Gear Solid essence? What do you say?
I think as long as they keep, so they're keeping the dialogue, which is great because dialogue is something in MGS that everyone knows is a main drive, right? They're keeping that. If they keep in the main gameplay mechanic, right? You know, the sneaking, the small details that kind of make it better. Like, I don't know if you know, like the attention to detail in MGS3 is something mind-blowing. Every time I find out something new that I completely missed when I was a kid and I was playing it, right? Like, for example, you can get rotten food, right? Okay. And you sneak into a base and you throw that rotten food on the floor and the soldier is going to pick it up, right? And then they're going to eat it and get sick. And you're not going to have any soldiers in the base, so you can just walk around.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's little things like this that really make it so special, right? That was the first one that came up to my mind. There's a lot of them that I can't really remember. But as long as they keep these things, I feel that this is kind of the essence of Metal Gear. That and the super cheesy dialogue and the cutscenes as well. Man, the cutscenes are super cheesy and I love them. They're great. It's MGS3 is literally a James Bond tribute. It's a spy movie tribute. 100%. From the music to the atmosphere, it's just all that. It's set in the Cold War. It's sneaking into a Russian base. It's preventing a nuclear disaster. It's great. Mm-hmm. I recommend playing the OG if you want to play it. It may not hold up as well as it was back in the day when it was released. It might be a bit complicated to figure out how to properly play it, but I still think it's a really good experience.
I mean, I told you I want to get the HD collection on the 360 so I can play it on my Xbox One X. So
yeah, I highly recommend that.
yeah, I wanna. I put some money aside for that. Is that thing? We have to do some dealings after the.
Yes, it's time for the man abroad to bring you the Western merchant.
Yes, sir. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, with the Sony showcase, disappointing that we're still in year 3. So hold up, let me back down a little bit. So to me, next gen should be focusing on ray tracing. That was the selling point, right? We have ray tracing, bullshit like that, graphic. Because, like, other than that, what other upgrade? Okay, faster loading speeds on SSD. Yeah, you have that on PC. So, what's new, right? What's new? So, the fact that we don't have ray tracing games, good ray tracing games, it's a flop. It's an L for both of the manufacturers, Sony and Xbox. Very disappointing. So yeah, with the Sony showcase, are you excited to play those multiplayer games?
No. There's nothing from the multiplayer games that have been announced that like make me want to get them. Probably the only one might be Street Fighter 6 because it looks pretty cool, but that's on every platform.
Yeah.
But other than that, I can't say that any of these have sparked an interest in me. I mean, are you not excited to play Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2?
What?
There was a Five Nights at Freddy's game announced as well.
Yeah, I remember that. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh shit! Is this still a thing, or what am I missing?"
Apparently, yeah. I remember back in the day, I knew about these games and their follow-ups because I would watch either Markiplier or Game Theory, right?
Yeah.
But there's just so many of these Five Nights at Freddy's things that came out that it's just like, at this point, I'm like, I'm not invested in this anymore. It was fun when it first showed up because it was new. But now just,
I mean, it's the same jump scares, right? Like, what else do they have?
Yeah. They kind of evolved the gameplay a bit more. You're not just like staring at cameras and stuff. You move around and you do stuff. But like you said, it's just the same thing.
Yeah.
Do something wrong. Booga booga. Big jump scare.
Yeah, that might work on kids, but to us, yawn.
Yeah. I don't even know who these games are targeted at.
Yeah.
Anymore. But yeah, with the showcase, that's pretty much it. I can't say that anything has genuinely attracted me other than the games that I've mentioned above. I don't know. Do you feel that nowadays these game announcements are not as fun as they used to be before? I remember every June I would just wake up waiting for E3. It's like, when is E3 coming? Those 3-4 days of game announcements, one after another, and you get stuff like Fallout, you get stuff like Assassin's Creed, you got like Elder Scrolls and stuff. It's just like every company coming up and doing really cringy shit on stage, but still fun. You got like Reggie coming up and saying that his body's prepared. It was a whole thing. And the fact that we're moving away from that and every company is doing their own thing throughout the year, in a way it's good because you get like news throughout the year, but at the same time, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
The charm is gone.
The charm is gone. E3 is dead. The whole like, let's say,
Ronald Reagan is the devil.
I mean, it's true. I'm just saying. Regarding like E3, I totally understand you. Like the ones who are keep hyping up correctly games are Nintendo. Dude, Nintendo Directs last year's, all of them were hype.
Yeah, that's true. They always presented something that like,
yeah,
and I like that they come as like bam, 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 game after game after game after game, and they do it really nice. And if they show up like a skit or anything like that, it was good. But I feel that I'm contradicting myself now when I'm saying that.
No, I totally agree. You know why? Because I first watched the direct, alone, but then I watch. There's a channel like new Nintendo New York reaction, when there's a camera in the back and there's people there, and you actually see like people yelling, like being super excited when like the Smash Bros character were it was Banjo Kazooie coming up. Everybody was
Oh my God,
jumping up crazy. Like you actually feel more like hyped, right?
Exactly.
Another moment like this, Cyberpunk, Keanu Reeves, bro.
Oh my God, yes, exactly.
Bro.
You cannot get more hype than that. It was like, that's what's missing from these announcements, the hype. Because you just see one man on the screen talking about it, and you're like, I could just watch the trailers afterwards. I don't need to see this, you know?
And the dude is like half baked, half like on drugs or like something like that, bored out of his mind. Be like, here's the game.
Yeah,
I need like the fans be like, woo, you know? Be like,
yeah, exactly. Or you have like some corporate guy going like, we have worked for 5 years on this game and we're using the capabilities of the consoles. Like, shit, I don't want to. Come on, man. Yeah, I need the excitement. I need the hype. I feel the only show that kind of does this nowadays is Game Awards, right?
Oh yeah,
because they still show games and they have the public going on, and it's great. I love it. And you got unplanned moments like that when Elden Ring won Game of the Year. Yeah, exactly. He's like, I would like to nominate my Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. I was online with a friend watching the awards, and I didn't even notice the kid, and he was like, who's the kid in the back while we were watching? I was like, what kid? And then he shows up, and I swear to God, for like half an hour we were still laughing about it. It was great. It's stuff like this.
Yeah, apparently Summer Games Fest will be in a live audience as well.
Oh, nice. Good.
Yeah,
I do want to see that.
I mean, live audience I think makes half of the hype, to be honest.
Exactly. I remember when the PSP was announced, right?
Okay.
When he just comes in, and the dude literally just takes the PSP out of his pocket. It's like, this is the new edition, and everyone just goes nuts for it.
Yeah,
it's great. Or even further back when Sony announced their console, right? When they announced the PlayStation 1 for the first time.
Yeah.
And the guy just comes in, takes the mic, and announces the price, and he leaves, and the crowd goes nuts. Absolute Chad move.
Yeah.
Big Chad energy.
or the Nintendo Twilight Princess reveal with Miyamoto with the sword and the shield.
Yes, exactly. It was great.
Bruh. Or
it's just so good.
What else? Sheesh. Oh my God, I had a moment like this one, but I forgot about it. Sorry.
When I have one with Metal Gear at one point. I don't remember if it was E3 or if it was just like a Comic-Con or something. But like Kojima comes up on stage dressed in full camo gear. And you got Stan Lee coming in as well. And they're just announcing Metal Gear Solid 3. Like, I don't know where Stan Lee comes up as well. It's great. I live for these moments, man.
Yeah.
It's what made the gaming community and the gaming space fun to be a part of. But it just turns corporate. Not corporate, but it just turns, stale.
Yeah,
when things like this happen.
It's just boring, white wall, cubicle type situation. Yeah, corporate, like you say. Yeah, that's 100% true. Like, the gaming companies are not fun anymore, to be honest. They're not fun.
I feel like they're forgetting about this. That should have been at the core of their practice. Not even to mention the new fucking business models with paying more money for skins and stuff and loot boxes. We're not even, I don't even want to go into that. It's just so
That's another conversation, because I'm gonna rant on that one.
Yeah, same. I'll rant with you on that, because it just sickens me. But yeah, no, we can leave that for another time.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, man, hype is incredibly contagious. And doing these types of events, like, I mean, Gamescom, E3, I totally get it. We live in a global world. Like, I live in Romania, right? I'll never go to E3, unfortunately.
Oh, same. I live in the UK at the moment, and I know I won't get to E3 because number one, pricey. Number two, crowded. I don't really like big crowds, but I like seeing it on the screen.
Yeah, exactly. Like you feel, and then, yeah, on the Cyberpunk fiasco, like hype, right? You have the official camera, but you also have people in the audience who are recording themselves going ape shit when Keanu just like comes in.
Never forget the breathtaking thing. Yeah, it's just great.
Exactly. I mean, I think that's why people just bought like Cyberpunk like crazy. It had like so many sales.
I still haven't played it. I need to play it because
my god, really?
Yeah, I've heard that it's been patched up and stuff.
Now it's actually, to be honest, better.
Yeah. When I watched the anime Edge Runners, that was something that pushed me to buy it on the spot to play it.
Oh.
But I couldn't because I was about to leave on holiday and I knew I wouldn't dedicate time. And by the time I came back, I started playing a different game.
Yeah.
I do need to play it. I have it on my wish list. I'll get it at some point, but right now I got Tears of the Kingdom to play.
Yeah, I mean the story is good. The story is good.
Yeah. I'd expect that.
And the world building, fuck. Like, okay, so a little bit asterisk on the Cyberpunk thing, okay? Because it's one of my favorite games of all time. It's on the list. It's one of the single games. It sits like alone on the list that I did not skip. You know, the cuts, the way when you go from a waypoint A to waypoint B, you go with the NPCs to the mission. Yeah. You can skip that road for, time-saving purposes, whatever. But you're missing out to look first person inside the car. It's so detailed. Outside, bruh. When you're going in night, holy damn, the neon lights, everything. And believe me, I played it on the Xbox One X, right? Before it was patched out. So now, if you're playing on PC, bruh, the ray tracing, all the patched up goodness. Oh my god! If you're skipping that, why?
Yeah,
you're missing out. You're not. Yeah.
I don't understand that either. I mean, I can understand if it's like the third time, second time, fourth time if you're doing that because you failed the mission and you need to do it again. Yeah, I can understand skipping it. But when you're doing the mission for the first time and doing stuff like that, why would you skip on it? Especially maybe they have like some extra dialogue on it as well, right?
Yeah, sometimes. But here's the thing: the extra dialogue is just at the start of the road, right? Because the road trips were usually pretty long. But there's also a second cause why I didn't skip it, right? First was like to admire everything, and then it took so freaking long to load. I was like, you know what? I'll just wait it out.
This reminds me of Skyrim on PlayStation 3. People are like, why don't you fast travel? Dude, I don't want to sit through another loading screen.
Yeah, I mean...
I can understand. You don't want to do those. Fuck that. No, I would just like to drive because even in GTA games, right? Some of the missions would tell you that you can skip the road. I never skipped it. I just enjoyed it. I like driving in these types of games.
Yeah. Oh, GTA 6, bruh. When do you think it's coming out?
Oh, I don't know. I think I'd give it
next year.
No, I don't think it's next year. Unless the publishers are assholes and they're gonna push for releasing it earlier just to get the money, and then we get a shit product, and then we get an apology, and then we get thousands of patches. So this is another loop that I absolutely hate.
I know.
In gaming nowadays.
Thanks, next gen. Last gen, this shit did not happen. Why this next gen?
It did happen last gen as well. So
Cyberpunk started this whole thing, to be honest. Before Cyberpunk, I don't remember like games coming out borderline unfinished. Yeah.
There were some games even before Cyberpunk, but I think it started around the time Cyberpunk was announced as well, because Cyberpunk was announced ages ago, right? Yeah. But around that time is when it started, because publishers started getting more greedy, right? And they're like, oh, we need the money now, we need the return fast, and then fuck it, we'll just fix it later. And it's just, so detrimental, not only to their company, but to gaming in general, right? Because more people are going to be like, oh, I'm not going to play it. I don't want to play it. It's broken, whatnot. Or you got people who are not going to buy the product, which I 100% support, right? When you see that the game's going to be released. Nowadays, I try not to buy it exactly on release because most of the time it's going to end up broken, right?
Yeah.
And I'm still going to have to wait for like patches to come out to play it properly. And I fully support this because I don't know how we can teach these companies to kind of, you know, give the necessary time for a game to be done and not rush it like crazy. The fact that they have such ease of delivering updates and patches nowadays kind of, you know, made them a bit overconfident, right, on releasing a broken product because they're thinking, oh, gamers are going to buy it anyways. Who cares? Just deliver it now. Let's get the money and then we'll patch it up. I really don't like this way of approaching games that companies do it nowadays. And I know it's not the developers. I know it's not like the main gaming company. It's always publishers being dicks.
I mean, look, Pokemon. I wanted to say this whole thing applies to third party, Microsoft. Well, not so much PlayStation, but even Nintendo with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, what the hell was that all about?
Bro,
that was
disgraceful.
The saddest surprise of the year.
It was a disgrace. They should have removed the golden seal of Nintendo. That is a goddamn shame.
Yeah, it's worthless at this point now when you see that golden seal.
I mean, look, they gotta have their L's as well. Nintendo can't have all the W's.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
it can't be OP, Chief.
I mean, that's true. I mean, look, they released a shit. I mean, the game itself is not shit, but the performance, the textures, it looks worse than Ocarina of Time on the N64. Damn it!
Oh, awful. I didn't play it yet, but I'm not very excited to play it.
The mountains
I've seen
look like the clip art from Microsoft Word.
Oh, bro.
In the version 2003. Right?
No.
Is that level?
No. Oh no. Yeah, I'm. You're not selling this to me, man.
and you know what's even shittier? So there are 3 games I regret buying day one: Fallout 4, Cyberpunk 2077, and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Because I bought the dual pack, okay? So I gotta air my gripes out of this bullshit. Because this
game... You
got
scammed full time.
yo. I'm risking Nintendo partnership, but this needs to be addressed. At least I have a renewed respect for CDPR with the Cyberpunk fiasco. They released it in December. They released hotfixes in December. In December, we have Christmas holiday, right? In January, they released hotfixes. In 6 months, the game was actually super playable, and the performance issues were ironed out on PC and the next gen. Last gen, we still have them because it's low. It's hardware related, right? So much optimization can do. But Nintendo, it being the publisher, the Pokemon Company, and Game Freak, they have like a little bit of a menage a trois situation that I don't actually understand, actually care, to be honest. I don't care who does it. But it's been, the game released in November. It's been, I don't know, over 6 months. The game is not patched, but they patched the exploits. And of course, like they patched the duplication glitch, of course. And the game released so broken that in every week, Pokemon now it's turning into a live service game because every week you have raids.
I hate these words.
I know.
Absolutely hate these words.
But this is how I define it, because this actually is like every week you have something new, a new reason to load up the game and play it, right?
Yeah.
So even those, bruh, were broken at some point, and they had to release a patch to address this shit. How I don't know. I don't want to go into full rant mode because my mic will break. So I'm just gonna say the audacity on them bitches is astronomical.
Yeah,
That's
I
all what
feel you, man.
Like-
I absolutely feel you. You know, a company still has like 100% of my respect for just delivering what they promised. I gotta say, it's From Software. I'm just gonna sound like an absolute fanboy and just like, oh, Dark Souls, oh, you know. But when it comes to From Software, you cannot not like their approach, right? They showed the teaser for Elden Ring a few years ago, and then radio silence, nothing. They showed a new trailer after what, 4 or 5 years? I don't know how many years. It was a number of years.
Yeah.
They drop a new trailer, and there's the release date. Like, yes, you know, I don't care that you didn't give us any more updates. I like the fact that you showed us
that you're working on something.
That you're working on it.
Yeah.
Then you know what? Keep your secrets.
Yeah.
do your development. Do your due time.
Yeah.
And then when you know you're ready, give us that release date.
Yeah.
I am more than happy to wait for that and just get a finished product and not complain anymore. And they did that again with Armored Core. Mm-hmm. It's great. And they did it with Dark Souls 3 as well. Now, I don't know about Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 2 because by the time I started playing it, Dark Souls 2 already came out.
Yeah.
But it's great. I love that.
I agree. Here's the thing. Final Fantasy 16, they showed this game too much.
I feel that I've already played it just by watching the trailers.
Exactly. Like, yeah. I don't need to see a lot to be sold on a game. I want to see gameplay, a little bit of story, and that's it. If you and if it's coming from a developer, like you said, that you have like utmost respect towards, I don't really need to see much.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to know you're working on something. Like you said, with From Software, they were like, hey, I still remember the teaser trailer on the Xbox showcase. It was George R.R. Martin, Elden Ring, boom, 3 seconds.
Yeah. Exactly. It wasn't even. It was like Hidetaka Miyazaki, From Software, George R.R. Martin.
Yeah.
And it's like you just threw names, and I got excited just by that. It's great. Yeah. It's just great, and it's not because oh wow, it's From Software. These people have built that respect by constantly delivering, good shit.
Yeah. And look, I did not play Elden Ring day one. I know that there were some performance issues and whatever.
I didn't have that issue, to be honest. I played it on PC day one. Oh. I've heard some people had problems with like lag or like the game shutting down or erroring out. Mm-hmm. I was in the lucky few that didn't have that issue. That's
great. I'm glad that you did not encounter. Yeah. I also did not encounter, but then again, it was 1 year later I started playing, so everything was pretty much patched out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, with this, like you said, these day one purchases, nah. Exactly. The only game day one purchase I don't regret is Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, same. Tears of the Kingdom and Elden Ring for me were the last day one purchases that I had.
Yeah.
And actually, I lie. Harry Potter as well, the Hogwarts Legacy game. Okay. That was a day one purchase for me as well. Yeah. And that game had its issues as well. But they weren't major issues. I only had like a bit of screen tearing and stuff.
Okay.
As I said, I'm not too fussed by these things, and I can play through it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. These were the only games that I bought them on day one, and I don't regret it. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. This is the gaming landscape that we find ourselves in, and hopefully shit will be better. And what I mean by that is that next week on Sunday we'll have Xbox Showcase.
Oh yeah, that's true. Let's
Are
see
you
what they're
excited?
gonna cook.
Are you excited?
I am actually, because most of the times when Microsoft had their shows, they brought up some good shit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let them cook. See what they come up with.
All right.
What about you? Are you excited?
Oh my god. I'm hyped for this shit, yo. Yeah, I wanna see Perfect Dark. I wanna see Fable. Starfield, we're already gonna see, bruh. The Bethesda's first new IP since Elder Scrolls. This is gonna be monumental.
I wonder if it's gonna be good though. That's the question.
People don't understand the fact that if they keep telling me like, oh, Fallout, what about Fallout? Fallout was bought, bitch. It's not new IP by Bethesda. This is like monumental. If they make it or break it, I don't care. It is a new thing from the Bethesda, the main boss, right? And I am very excited because I love space, I love sci-fi, and not a lot of sci-fi games are good.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah,
it feels like a lot of them are copy paste as well.
Yeah, so
kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah. And No Man's Sky was, it tried new things.
No Man's Sky got good, which is nice. If it feels like one of those chill out games that you like slap on if you want to relax.
To me, it feels like a waste of time because it doesn't have a story. It doesn't have things to drive you to complete it. It's just a temple run type game, in my opinion.
Yeah, it feels like one of those games that you just like want to play if you don't have anything else to play. You just want to relax, you know. That's me with Civ, for example. It doesn't have a story, but I do like playing a Civ game.
Come on, Civ, bro. Civ, we're going to Civ now. Are you comparing Civ with No Man's Sky?
No. I'm not comparing the two games. I'm comparing the feeling that these two games give me, right?
Yeah.
Because I play Civ. It's just because fuck it, I want to play a game.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Just play a game. That was No Man's Sky for me as well. I was like, I don't care about the story. I just want to explore space, enjoy the vibe.
Yeah.
That was it. But yeah, you're right. It's not like a game that you play for the story. It's just a game. Of all the games that would ever made, this is one of them.
Yeah. So besides that, I'm actually super excited for the announcements.
Sorry, I just hit my mic.
No worries. So I'm just very excited for the new shit, right? Outer Worlds 2, Avowed, things that we got trailers last year or 2 years ago or something like that, but we did not hear anything, right? I want to see new shit. I want to see new stuff. Bro, they have 30 fucking studios. What is id Software working on, baby? We need Doom 3. Hello?
I'm curious what.
Wolfenstein 3? Where the fuck is that shit? I need to kill Hitler again.
Wasn't the latest Wolfenstein that came out shit? What was it? New Blood, I think, or something like that.
Youngblood. Yeah. It was a mostly co-op game, and it was shit single player. Apparently, with co-op, it's actually great, but I did not play it.
Yeah.
But so apparently Machine Games, the developers of Wolfenstein, they're making a new Indiana Jones games. Hello?
Oh, interesting.
I want to hear more about that.
Yeah, I'd like to see more about that.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's going to be better than the latest movies.
I mean, come on. Like with the movies, you know why they're shit is because they're clinging on to those old ass actors. Come on.
I don't know, man. Indiana Jones is not Indiana Jones without Harrison Ford.
They're selling you nostalgia at this point.
Yeah, because the story is shit. They didn't write any cool shit anymore. That's the thing. I don't mind them bringing back Harrison Ford because let's be honest, he is Indiana Jones, right? I couldn't see Indiana Jones played by someone else. But I just
It's
wanted
gonna
to
happen
have
anyway,
a good.
bro. It's gonna
I
happen
just
sooner or
wanted to have
later.
a good written story, man. Because what was it called? The Crystal Skull,
Skull. Oh
right?
yeah.
I went to see that film in the cinema when it came out.
Oh no.
Uh, even as a kid, I was like 12 when it came out. I was still disappointed.
Shit.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? I haven't seen the latest one yet. But
apparently it's trash. So
yeah,
don't
that's what I
bother.
heard as well. So it's gonna be probably pirate the movie and watch it. I mean, stream it from a respectable streaming
Sail
service.
the high seas. It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, look, I want to see new stuff. Here's the thing with the whole PlayStation Showcase. For the PlayStation Showcase, I was excited for the things we don't know because we just know about Spider-Man 2 and that's it. With the Xbox, we know of so many projects and there still could be more. Bro, how can you not be a little bit excited? A little bit hyped?
Exactly. I'm really curious to see what they're going to bring up because I feel that in the past few years, besides Nintendo, Microsoft have always kind of released new trailers that always kind of got me excited. Like Elden Ring was announced during the Microsoft show. Psychonauts 2. I fucking love Psychonauts. They took over that, which was great as well. What else? Cyberpunk was announced during Microsoft as well. All of the hype announcements, they got it.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. It's not gonna be E3, but you know what? As long as I get my fix of announcements, I guess it'll do, even without the live crowd and everything like that.
Yeah. Apparently, in the US, they're doing in theaters. You can actually go to the theater and watch it live. That's a interesting idea, like a watch party type situation.
Yeah, that is a compromise. That is good.
Yeah.
When it was E3 season, I used to get together with some of the people here. Just come over to my place, get some drinks, and watch it, and we'd always laugh our asses off and enjoy it. Yeah. Same when I came to Romania, right? I would chill out with some people there as well. Yeah. Just watch it. It was great, like with my neighbors, and we'd go over at someone's place and watch it. But nowadays, it was good because it was like one day after another.
Yeah. So
they would stick around the neighborhood, or like the friends that come over from the UK would sleep over at my place and we'd watch the next day. Yeah. But now, since it's all just so spread out, you can't really do that anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately. The Game Fest is over.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that one day it's going to return. I'm just holding my hopes.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. I think that it should be enough for today.
Yeah, I think we ranted and talked a lot. Quite.
we can talk about our favorite method of entertaining ourselves, meaning gaming, for for say years.
Yeah,
I think it's an understatement. So for now, I think we can put a pause, and then we'll be back. I hope.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. We'll pick it up in the next episode. Let's see how this goes. But it's been fun so far. Let's keep the hype going.
Let's keep the hype train going. Next week, Xbox. Don't disappoint me, Xbox, please. Goddamn, please.
I hope so as well.
I don't need a Sony showcase. Goddamn, please. Come on. Only Nintendo is holding up the fort. This is embarrassing. Like, what? Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. I just want to be excited for these things again.
Yeah. Maybe we're just getting old, bruh.
That could be a factor as well, you know. We're reaching our 30s, man.
Sheesh, don't remind me.
So it could be as well.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for watching. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the pilot episode of the Nitpick Gaming Podcast with my co-host, Old Main. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's been great.
I love that. And I'll see you soon, very soon.
So, yeah. Let's pick it up again. And I'll see everyone as well very soon.
Indubitably. Bye-bye.
Peace out.